Okay, I'm gonna start this video off with a little bit of a story about me and something that really changed me for the better. Really changed me for the better. I mean, maybe not changed me for well, it did change me for the better, but it was just something where I just had to be reminded. I just had to be reminded of something. So, I mean, a few weeks ago, just I was just doing my due. I was all over the place as usual. I was doing my own responsibilities, getting my own stuff done, taking the initiative and just getting stuff done. I was trying to make sure I was balancing school and work right. I was trying to make sure that I had my grades where they were supposed to be. Trying to make sure I had my test scores, my ACT scores, and whatever like that where they were supposed to be. And I wanted to make sure that I was preparing myself for my college tests. So I mean, through all this, I was just saying to myself, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, gotta do that, and the next. I got lists, I got plans and stuff like that, and I'm going like, this is what I gotta do. This is me. This is what I need to do right now. This is how I gotta do it. This is when I need to do it. This is what time it needs to happen. Just how. This is just how it needs to be done, and this is what I gotta do, and I gotta do this by myself. Let me tell you something. I was pull up on breaks like just about like maybe a couple weeks ago, and I was pull up on breaks because I was sitting there and I was thinking about it. I'm going like, I'm all alone in this, and this is just me doing this by myself. And I just was pull up on breaks, and something told me, no, you ain't alone. You're not alone. You're not by yourself. Um, it was just something that was telling me you're not by yourself because I'm by your side. And you know what? That was God. That was God sitting there telling me, no, dog, you ain't by yourself. He was telling me, he was telling me that, yo, I have your back. I got you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, and I can take you through anything that you could possibly think is hard. I can take you through it all. Just lay your burdens upon me. Lay whatever you have upon me. And that brings me to this verse that I wanted to talk to y'all about, that I wanted to share with y'all today. I got a couple of verses that I want to share with y'all today. First one is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 10. It says, through suffering, our bodies continue to share in the death of Jesus, so that the life of Jesus may also be seen in our bodies. And then 2 Corinthians 4, verse 9. We are hunted down, but never abandoned by God. We get knocked down, but we are not destroyed. And the thing is, the reason why we're not destroyed, the reason why we're not pinned down, or we're not at the face of our enemies, or at the face of the adversary, is because we have God through us, and God is always looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? He's always there. He's always there, and he just wants us to understand that you're never going through it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my problem. My problem was sitting there thinking, I gotta do this by myself. This is me by myself. To tell you the truth, if it was me by myself, I would have probably already been dead. I'd have been dead. I'd have been dead, or I just would have just collapsed. I would have just exploded, or something like that. Would have had an overload, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with y'all. That's the same thing with y'all and everybody else out there. I know I'm not crazy or nothing like that, but we can't do it alone. We are not alone. You stressing about a test. You stressing about a test. You stressing about SAT scores, or SAT scores, or ACT scores. You stressing about what college you're gonna go to, how you gonna make it when you get out. You stressing about whatever. I'm not limiting this. I'm not limiting this just to like this little stuff that y'all go through. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about everything that you can think of. Don't say, but Tim, or but Timothy, you don't understand. That doesn't apply to this. Or no, Timothy, that doesn't apply to this. No, it applies to everything. Because he's always there. He's always there. That's something that I had to realize. That's something that I had to realize. I had to realize that it wasn't me doing it by myself. Because you know why? If it was me doing it by myself, it wouldn't have been getting done right. Because God does it, and He does it right. He does it better than each and every one of us. He does it the right way. He does it in a way that we can't even fathom. He does it. He just does it. He does it all. And then I got for y'all Luke 15, verse 31. My son, the father answered, you are always here with me, and everything I have is yours. And this is true. And in that verse, he ain't saying that you gotta recite every word word of a specific chapter. He ain't saying you gotta memorize all of the books of the Bible. Let me tell you something. When they was writing this verse, and when God was talking to me, He didn't say, Timothy, before I help you, let me ask you, right? How many books of the Bible there is. You don't gotta know how much. You don't gotta know like all of the books of the Bible for God to love you, for God to help you. You don't need to know that. Let me tell you something. God helps us. God helps us because He knows we're broken. We just have to reach our hands out for Him. If you don't understand that you have to reach your hands out to Him, and you have to actually ask Him, and that you have to actually talk to Him. And I'm not saying clasp your hands and close your eyes and stuff like that and be like, oh Father, who art in heaven, and stuff like that. I ain't saying doing that. I'm telling you to talk to Him like He's your Father. I'm telling you to talk to Him like He's someone that's actually there in the room with you. I'm telling you to sit there and just be something like, God, be something like, Father, I'll be like, Father, I have sinned against you, or something like that. Or Father, I am sorry. Or Father, I know you are here for me. Father, I know you got my back. I know you here for me. And Father, I know that you are there for me through these BJCSEs, or through these ACTs, or through these exams. I know you are here for me. I know that you are there for me. I know that you're going to be right there in that test room with me, rooting on for me when I'm taking these tests. I know that you're going to be there for me. I know you're going to be there for me for when I get them test results and I find out what my path is to be. I know you're going to be there for me for every single thing. I know you're going to be there. That's what you guys need to be. That's what you guys need to be saying. It don't matter what you've done in the past. Stop letting the past hang on your shoulders. Let it go. Let it go and push forward. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and ask God what you need to do. He's not afraid. Don't be afraid of Him. Approach Him. He will have His arms open up to you. It's about the same story about the prodigal son. When Jesus was talking about the prodigal son, who had an older brother who was always doing all the work, and the younger brother who told the dad straight up, yo, I want all my money right now. I want all my estate right now. Give it all to me right now, and I go on. He'd take all of his estate. He'd take everything he had. The daddy give him every single thing, down to the pennies, down to his little flip-flops. And the boy went off somewhere else. He potty. He do all his shenanigans and all his stupidness, and he burnt up all his money. And when he was beaten down on the ground, eating with the pigs and all, let me tell you something. He went back to his father thinking that he was gonna be a servant. Let me tell you something. His father was a far ways away, and let me tell you something. His father ran to him. And he grabbed him, and he held him, and he welcomed him back with open arms. That's the same way with your relationship with God. You need to understand. And grasp that God cares. That God is our Heavenly Father, and He's always there for you, and that He will accept you for no matter what you are, who you are, what you have become, or what you were. He doesn't care, because guess what? He's here to help you, and He will help you. He will be there for you. Understand that. Form that relationship with God, and don't do life alone.